I don't have to wait for 2:15 UTC to start my own live stream. I don't have to do that. I can start anytime I want. So the time is 2:13 UTC, and hey, everybody, welcome. You've got the big tail. It is, the regular kitty greeting, which is an honor, an honor. So yeah, it's kind of funny, right? We're starting a little bit late, and she has been yelling at me for uh, at least the past 5 minutes, just yelling at me like, come on, what's the problem? What's the problem? So, no, you cannot have any of that water, though. No, keep moving, keep moving. There we go. All right, well, great. Now, my apologies for being a little bit late. We had a little bit of excitement here. All is good, so now no worries at all. Apologies for being a little bit late. But I can hear myself. A little bit of excitement here, which means all is good. So now no worries at all. And I'm hearing echoes of myself.
You're echoing also.
Excitement here.
Yeah, it's probably me. I'll see what's going on.
I think it's you. I think it's you right there.
I don't get how any of this works. Me. I'll see what's going on.
No, I don't want you to have that either. Stop. It's you right there.
I don't get how any of this works.
Maybe it's me. Hold on. Let me make sure it's not me. I don't think it's me. Nope, it's not me.
Oh, she just disconnected.
Okay. She disconnected. Atta has disconnected, but she'll be back. She'll be back. She's got to just push the right button. So, well, welcome everybody. Welcome.
All right.
Oh, we're getting some additional excitement from Bobby, who is now not sure. Oh, he's back. Bobby, what's going on over there?
Nothing much.
You keep leaving us.
Yeah, and then I gotta leave again so I can do the close.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I've gotten yet another request to end this around 3 hours UTC. So not only is it is it already late, it is also going to be short. So yeah. But yeah, just had to take care of a couple things, and I knew that I was going to run a little bit long. So hopefully I sort of got the word out, because I need to be responsible, and if I'm not gonna be at a certain place at a certain time, I need to let people know that. That's just the nice thing to do. I think if everybody just was a little thoughtful and a little nice, that can go a long way, and it's got this incredible ripple effect, especially if you're mindful of those things. If something is done nice to you, you sort of pass that along, right? So it just sort of moves through everything. Just makes things so much nicer when we can be nice. That's all. Smile, a helping hand, whatever it is. Little things. Little things. 1,000 little things. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, well, I'm going to check into the chat. See what's going on over there. Not much yet. Good. No shenanigans to have to monitor. So, yeah, what I thought that I would do today, because it's sort of a short thing, is we can go to a couple of these sort of alternative um, research paper sites that I have found over the years. This is the part of science where or the scientific process where you really it's a really great way to exercise opening your mind, just being completely wide open to anything, um, because these sort of alternative, I mean, I don't like to call it that, but these different perspectives on um, on um, doing interpretation of data, playing with the
Oh,
mathematical
there it is. Oh,
tools.
there she is.
Yeah, there she
This
is.
is
I'm not
Spot.
done
All
yet.
of the stuff.
I have to get the pop out chat.
You have to pop out the chat.
Yeah,
Cheers.
I can't do that. I have a way to do that. I think I know what went wrong.
What went wrong?
I had your Astronomy Daily Live open inside of the Discord server application.
Oh, I
I
see.
thought
Okay.
I'd closed it, but I guess I didn't.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. Because it'll play right on Discord, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will.
That's funny. That's funny. Well, good. I was hoping that it was just a simple thing.
It was.
So yeah.
No biggie.
Anyway, so tonight I thought that we would practice some open-mindedness.
Oh yeah,
and
we're going to talk about Bernie Taylor.
Bernie Taylor.
You know who he is? He's this guy
No.
that got the theory. He wrote a book. See, I wrote some of this down. He wrote a book, Beyond Orion and Biological Time. Bottom line is, he believes that the moon on the Earth was essential to the development of human intelligence.
Oh yeah. You know, I where did I just see something about that?
On Deep Astronomy, Deep whatever, Tony Darnell's channel.
That's what it is. Yeah. You know,
This guy was crazy.
I haven't. See now. Wait a minute. Wait. Now I haven't seen or heard that video yet. So don't give too much away. But yeah, you know, I did read the description. I think there was a description, or he did a Patreon thing. I'm a patron.
Yeah.
So, you know, he did a Patreon thing, and he said, you know, he gave a very brief description of what he understood this theory to be, and you know, from that little description, well, you know, that's kind of interesting, isn't it?
It is interesting. I'm not saying the guy's a kook. He's a thoughtful person. I just think he's making some logical jumps from, you know, animals responding to cycles of the moon, which many of them do.
Right.
Native Americans have a whole bunch of moon time based things for hunting reasons. It's Africa, same way. That's all true, but he makes this big jump from there to, well, human intelligence wouldn't have developed without the moon. Well, that's kind of a huge jump. I mean, I don't mind off the wall ideas. Just because he's not mainstream, I don't think he should be just rejected out of hand.
Yeah, no, I really like to look at everything.
Yeah, me too.
You know, carefully, so I can try to make some kind of informed. I mean, look, all of our perspectives are absolutely terribly biased by things that we don't even know.
Oh,
right? So to really make any kind of judgment at all is kind of ridiculous. Saying he's wrong and all that. But yeah, I mean,
don't know that.
you know, we definitely don't know. But people have been wrong before. So,
And
that's
people
okay.
who have been thought to have been wrong were absolutely right.
Yeah. So, well, that's why I really advocate open-mindedness. Just be as wide open as you possibly can. And if you really can't handle um, something, well, turn it into a bit of fun and treat it like sci-fi instead.
Yeah.
And examine it that way instead of coming at it being like, okay, well, somebody's saying this is the truth. Well, if you can't buy that for whatever reason, then turn it into sci-fi. And I mean, that's a nice way to examine things.
And you never know about stuff like when I was a kid, which was years before you were born, the idea of a space-time continuum in the sense one could fold space, if you wanted to go from my thumb to my little finger, I wouldn't have to go all the way across my hand. I could just fold them together and get there right away. That was just, everybody laughed their butt off at that. They thought that was the stupidest thing they had ever heard. Now we know that space and time are a continuum. I mean, we know it. When I use the word know, I mean that with a small k, because you are never certain of anything.
Yep.
But we have a lot of mathematical proof now that time and space probably are a continuum. And if we're going to really zip around around the universe, we're going to have to find another way to do it. And that may be one of the ways, because we're not going to do it by propulsion mechanisms. That's just, we can't just, Newton's third law is wonderful, but you can only go so fast,
Well, yeah,
limits.
And of course, the other aspect of that is time. I mean, if you're willing to wait 1,000,000 years,
yeah,
or 100 million years, I mean, then you can get anywhere.
Well, sure. But to practical, to have some sort of intellectual continuum in what we're doing, you can't put me in cryo forever and have me, come back. I remember a story on, I think it was the Twilight Zone, about a future time, not that far in the future, where they were putting people in cryogenic suspension so that they could go, somewhere, and then they would come back, but it was still within a kind of sensible time frame, about 80 years. And these two people, one of whom was going to go into cryo and take off, they were very young people. They met each other, they fell in love, and he still had to go on the mission, so he left. Well, unbeknownst to him, did you see that?
This one. I remember
put herself in cryo. And he comes back, and he's in his 80s.
Yeah,
he's still a young woman.
He
took himself out so he wouldn't be out of sync with her when he came back.
That has got to be one of the most tragic Twilight Zone stories ever.
Jesus, the front of my shirt when I watched that, I cried and cried and cried. It was so bad.
That's like the worst thing ever. right?
You know, this made Gift of the Magi look like a party. You know, I mean, this was really,
Yes.
really something. Yes,
Do you
Doc, I hear you.
do you recall the name of that particular episode? Because yeah, I remember that one well. Man, that one just bam.
That got me too. I
Oh
don't
man.
remember. I'd have to look it up in one of my references, but I thought that was well. The episode said a lot about people and about what loving people means, and
Yeah.
it was so. Like I said, it was sort of a sci-fi version
Alert.
of the Magi.
Alert.
Right.
But
Hey
it
there.
But it made
Listen-
Gift of the Magi look like a party. Oh, by the
Oh.
way, I saw the thing. I think it was you put it up on the Discord about Jimmy Doohan.
Yes.
Yeah. I knew about that already, but the thing about Jimmy Doohan that I really liked, before we get off, I just have to say this. I was at a Star Trek convention where he was, and he's the kind of guy who got what Star Trek was about. Kids were asking him questions about, was it hard to learn the 23rd century technology? And he got right into it. He said, oh, yeah, I'm up till 3 o'clock in the morning studying the manuals, trying to catch up, Scotty reappeared because he was rescued from a transporter loop. So he reappeared 75 years later. And he just went on. Well, there was this young couple in the audience that had a little baby, and it had a little Star Trek shirt on. And they wanted to have their pictures taken with him. It was the end of his speech. Well, the security guards around him just closed ranks. I mean, because you can't risk a crowd mobbing a speaker, particularly a geriatric one.
Right.
Jimmy Doohan was so cool. He said, now, and he spoke in his accent.
All right. Yeah.
He's in America, but he's very good at accents.
Yes.
He spoke in his accent, and he said, don't any of you boys be worried. He said, I have
All right, what I
a
missed.
lot worse than this out in the galaxy. And pushed those security guards aside, and I thought, oh my God, don't rush him, don't hurt him, And he just went right out there and had took that little baby and had his picture done with it. And the parents were just thrilled. But he was an absolutely great guy.
I think yes. Everything that I have heard
All right,
about
what I missed.
you missed everything. You missed everything except me saying howdy to Earth Radio. Hey, Ron.
What's going on?
Hey, Eric, why are you hiding in the dark?
I'm incognito. No, just kidding.
You're in the
dark. I'll turn on
something bad happen in Minnesota. What?
He's on a secret mission.
That's right.
No, really. What I missed?
No, what happened?
I'll turn on my light. Hold on.
Turn on the light. Turn on the
That
light.
looks weird. That looks creepy weird.
Really, what did I miss?
I like it. Oh, I don't know. We're just sort of gabbing here about various things, but
there you go.
I think, yeah, there he is. So yeah, let's go over to. So we oftentimes.
I got a new mug, Cosmic.
What's that?
I got a new mug. I shared it with you on Skype.
Oh, you did? Okay, I'll have to look.
Yeah. No, you and Bobby, and I don't have Etta's Skype, so I can't share it with her.
I don't think she even has a Skype. Do you have a Skype, Anna?
I actually have Skype on my Microsoft systems, and I have Apple something or other on my Apple system.
Well, you can get Skype. Well, you can get Skype on a Mac.
Yeah, I know. I don't do that. I guess it's for the same reason I don't carry a cell phone. I'm a very reclusive sort of individual.
Well, would you use one of my mugs if you liked what it looked like?
Oh, you have a special mug?
Yeah, I created a mug on Teespring.
Oh, all right. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, and then I can leave a link in the chat if that's all right.
I know how to get to
Do it.
Teespring, but how do I know how to get to your
Yes.
mug? Leave a link in the chat.
Well, I'll leave a link in the chat on the Google here.
Do it. Please.
And I buy
Figure
everything.
out how to do it. How do I do that? Oh,
Oh, I don't
okay,
know.
hold on.
Just have to copy
Look
and
in here
paste.
for it.
Yeah, it's not letting me do that though. I go to the chat line and it just kind of like disappears.
That happened to me once in a while. You have to, kind of click on some other part of the screen and then click back on chat and see what happens.
Live chat. Okay, I'm gonna close that then, and then interesting. Chat is right there, and it opens up, and then maybe no. I don't know.
All right. You can't do just a copy.
But sometimes that happens to me.
Why don't you?
The guy that really knows how to get around that is Tom Van Scotter. He knows how to get around.
That's it. That's the Teespring link. There it is.
Why don't you?
Okay.
I got it up there. I got it up there, Cosmic.
Okay. Here we go.
On the Google chat.
On the Google.
Let me,
Sorry, take up so much. Sorry,
I got your Discord.
There's just absolute chaos ensuing.
Bobby is like all
house,
over the place. What's going on?
He is all over the place tonight.
He needs a little counseling, maybe.
Maybe I don't know.
Look
But
at me. I have enough trouble running my own life. I can't run anybody else's.
There we go.
Yeah, so check
There
that bug out.
All right.
Yeah.
And
That's it.
Cool.
Took
Anyway,
a while
so
to create that. But
yeah, it looks nice.
you know,
It looks very, very cool.
I like the black with the gold writing and the gold.
Yeah.
And that logo I'm gonna make into a. I'm gonna eventually make it into a coin. I know a guy that does that. They make those, souvenir coin things,
Jeez.
And then they have and then there you go. Thank you. Thank you for taking some time and sharing that. But
it's pretty cool.
I'm gonna make that logo. I'm gonna make that logo a coin actually, and or it could be a pendant, and it could be any number of different things.
Let me see that again, Mike.
I ordered one myself, actually.
Let's see. Oh, hey, that's cool.
I just ordered one myself, and it'll be here later on this month.
Well, nothing like buying your own stuff.
That's right. Well, you got to pay yourself, once in a while. And if I can sit there and advertise my mug on live video and then show everybody my mug, hey, that's the way it goes,
Yep, that's the way to do it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Eric's aggressive about selling.
But back to your show, Cosmic. Sorry about that.
Totally aggressive, just taking over the whole thing.
I drop in and I just take over the whole show.
Just take over the whole show. However,
and that's all in between Bobby causing a ruckus over there.
A ruckus, a serious ruckus. Atta has her phaser.
That's right. Stay in line, you guys.
She's trying to clean us out here. Make sure
So I mean, and if I know Atta, that's like the real thing. That's not like a toy or anything.
That's right.
That's like the real thing.
No, she could shoot us. She
can find those things.
If she can shoot us through the screen, we would be in trouble.
You would be.
Yeah.
I have a million of these Star Trek toys. I'll have to bring the next one. I'll have to bring on here is my Klingon Warbird.
What about the communicator? You got that?
Oh, of course. Oh, I have communicators out the wazoo. Are you
Yeah,
kidding?
like the original one, the big old
Sure.
thing. They have now. I can't get enough information on the historical route of who created that communicator. Actually, the actual creator of the communicator, meaning
I'm a communicator right here.
yeah, what?
Oh, somebody's trying to contact me.
That's me. I got it right here. Okay.
No, that won't be necessary, Scott. Yeah, I definitely have that stuff.
So
I have so many choices.
who created that?
Wonderful.
Who created that communicator? That idea? Who created the communicator?
I have no idea.
There was a name that was given in the historical
Oh, sure. I'm sure there was.
aspect of, but
I'll
I
have
can't
to look it up in one of my 40 Star Trek books.
like the tricorder.
I can find it.
The tricorder. Who created the tricorder?
I have no idea.
Okay, that would be something to figure out.
Yeah, of course.
So, but now Cosmic wants to get back to the lesson that we've been taking up
Yes,
all this time.
I think we should get back. It's cosmic time.
Star Trek is great.
Earth.
No problem.
And everybody on YouTube is like went to sleep already.
Well, you know, that happens.
Oh, did you guys see
Sure.
Carolina's latest video? He did a video of the sky, morning sky.
Mm-hmm.
And it's quite beautiful. And he does some guitar music with it. I left him a comment. Normally he does planets and things like that.
Right.
But he did this video of the sky, quite beautiful. I said, you may be an astronomer by hobby, but you are an artist by soul. Because his video was, spiritually, it was almost uplifting to watch it. It was very...
Yeah.
Cosmic, because I saw a comment by you on
Yes. Yeah. No, he utilized a very, very, very common sequence of chords that is really, really nice, and it gives the musician a lot of audio space to work in.
I don't know anything about music. That's my next project, to learn to, play something.
there you go.
Now, I'll never make it with music. I actually had guitar lessons for 7 years.
Right.
7. I could play Malagueña, technically perfect on my classical guitar. However, my guitar teacher said to me that he could just not, at the end of the year, he said, I just can't teach you anymore. He said, Carol, you're the hardest working student I've ever had. You do the lessons, you're prepared, you play the notes perfectly. But he said, you will never play your music. He said, I can't take your money anymore. You've gone as far as you can go. Basically, he was saying, you have no talent.
Wow.
You have no musical talent whatsoever.
Wow.
You develop technical skill on the instrument, but I'm just not playing the music.
Yes.
Well, I thought it was great.
There definitely is a difference between playing the notes and playing the music.
Yes, there is. I know. I heard what I played, and I can hear the difference.
Right. Okay. Good.
I understand what he was saying.
Right. Interesting. Very interesting.
He just said he couldn't take any more of my money. He said, because I'm going to go nowhere. He said, you've got it. You've got the technology solid because you put in the work necessary. But you just can't play the music.
Wow. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, luckily I'm able to combine those two things.
You can play the music. Obviously, you wouldn't be playing commercially if you couldn't.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. But what was it? It was Carolina Sky Astronomy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carolina
Yeah.
guy. He did the.
Yep, yeah, sunrise, before sunrise video.
Yeah. No,
Ooh, it's
that was a
pretty.
really nice sound. You know, he's got some nice effects on there, and
Pretty.
I think I heard a couple of guitars. So you know, I think he's got some mixing going on there. So yeah, really nice, really
He
nice.
does cool stuff. I mean, gosh, where's he get the time to do this? He's
Well,
not old enough to be
if he does
retired.
his own music too, maybe I need to talk to him as well.
Yes.
And Cosmic,
Yeah.
I still need to talk to you and get.
I know.
I know you're busy. I know you're busy. I know.
I'm just a scatterbrained mad scientist.
I mean,
so-
I may actually get a Skype thing going because I heard little bits and pieces about you, Urton. You sound like you're another one of those individuals that somebody ought to write a book about. You have quite a crazy set of experiences.
Yeah, I got into telling my life story at the Pine Bush event at Bill's house, and we sat on the back deck out there, and Keith from P&K Space Imaging, Keith was asking me about my life story. So I started out, back in grade school, and went through the whole episode of my whole life, and by the time I got done, Keith had already had another beer and had a few. but he did sit there and listen. He sat there and listened, and he said, "You should have a show just on your experiences."
There you go.
I don't know. The guy whose life story I'd really like to write, and I'm not kidding you about this, is Uncle Bill's.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He is amazing. That guy's an amazing guy. Amazing guy.
I totally agree.
Hey, so Anna, let me ask you something quick about aligning the star sense.
Yeah.
All right, you have to align it to the scope, correct?
Well, yeah, and don't move it. You've already screwed it into position, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you should only have to do that once. You need to align it, of course, let it do its thing around the stars. But then you have to calibrate it because it has to know where the camera is versus where your field of vision is on the telescope.
Now, how do you know that when you're trying to do that? Because you don't have a screen to look at.
Well, here's what you do. After you're done running, it's done running its thing, and it says you're all aligned, you have to go find a star. I mean, this is real. You find a star, tell it to go to, it says you're aligned, okay, believe it, go to Sirius or go somewhere, to a bright star. You'll do a go-to. Chances are when you look into your eyepiece, you won't see the star in there.
Right.
But that doesn't mean you aren't close. Here's where the calibration comes in. When you have it go to that star, you look in there, well, maybe you'll see it, but probably you won't. Then you go back to the menu, select Star Sense, then select Calibrate. Then you start moving around, looking around for that star.
For it to get in the view.
So you get it into the field of vision. Get it, there's a rough calibration at first where you're using maybe above a 25 millimeter eyepiece.
Yeah.
Then you want to go to a fine calibration, which moves the scope more slowly, and you use a higher magnification eyepiece.
Below 10, 12 or 10.
10 or 12, and you get that sucker as close to the center of the field of view as you can. Then you hit it. You hit I think the selection is calibrate, and it calibrates to that star. Then the scope knows where the camera is versus where you're looking, where the scope is.
Wow.
You only have to do that once.
Okay.
For a given location. You should only have to do that once. So the next time you go out, you just punch the button. It automatically aligns everything.
Now we asked about.
We always do, Cosmic. He doesn't like this.
And we asked about the update on the software. Should I get that update before I try this?
Well, no, I think it'll do fine.
Okay.
I think the latest software update tries to take into account that thing I bought, which I haven't used yet, the automatic focuser.
Okay.
That's a big change between the last update and this one. And if you don't have an automatic focuser on your system,
no, I don't.
Don't worry about that.
My fingers. That's my automatic focuser.
Yeah, well, that's fine. That's still mine.
That's it.
Still mine as well. But I'm looking at your scope, and it's telling me, yeah, you should be able to do it the way I told you. You have to do that calibration the first time you do it. If you don't do that, it won't work right. I mean, you're never going to find anything that you can go to.
Yeah, I like the one guy on the video. He said, when you try to find a star and it doesn't wind up in the view, don't worry about that. The way he said it was funny, though.
Don't worry about it until you calibrate.
Right.
Then you better get it in the view.
Right.
And even after you do that.
So the only thing on the scope, as far as aligning the scope, I don't have to align it to north because it's all TAS. Okay, so then all I have to do is align it to the ground level, which there's 2 notches on the upright arm. Yeah, there's 2 notches on the upright arm.
Mm-hmm.
So I align those 2 notches when it be parallel to the ground, right?
Yeah, just make sure. I mean, I eyed mine in. I mean, I can tell what parallel to the ground it is.
Right.
Fair enough. I'm out in the pitch black dark. I can't see notches.
Then I hit the line button and it goes on its own.
It goes on its own. It aligns everything. Now, and the first time you do it, you do have to do the calibration step. Once that's done, you don't have to keep redoing it over and over. Okay. If you haven't moved, you haven't moved the device.
Right.
Now, if you've unscrewed that device, you're going to have to do it all over again.
Okay, I got it. All right.
Don't move that device, unless your life depends on it.
Well, sometimes though, if you're transporting the scope, you don't want to have that camera on the side.
That's right. And if you don't, then prepare to calibrate again.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I actually
thank you.
My camera on there, but I transport things very carefully.
Oh, it's a $300 camera, so I don't want to break it.
No. Pretty tough.
No. But yeah, I mean, calibrating isn't a big deal anyway. Not really. So it's actually really good practice.
All right. Thank you. And thank you for letting me take your time there, Cosmic. I appreciate you.
Astronomy. We talk astronomy.
Well, we're learning a system here.
So was I. I mean, when I began, I bought way over my head. I didn't know crap.
Well, see, you have it. James Dugan in Australia has the scope, but he doesn't have star sense, though. And then the videos that I've been watching, all the videos are really good. Most of them are really good.
Yes, they are. I mean, I learned everything I know from.
I read the manual. And it's like, what am I looking at?
Yeah, I know. The videos are.
So we like to welcome Paige Master, who just saw the ISS just moments ago at his location.
Oh, cool.
Very cool. Yeah, that's always nice to see. So, yeah, usually the ISS, you usually have, like a good, like a 5-minute pass or so. And, 5
or 10. Mine's usually take about 10 minutes. If the pass is high.
Yes. Right. So, but yeah, it's always absolutely amazing to see those kinds of things. You can always find out when you'll be able to see them. Just go over to Heavens Above. It's right there. So yeah, the other interesting thing about James Doohan that I read was that his very first combat mission was D-Day. Can you
talk about diving in with all 4 feet? I mean,
can you imagine? It's like, okay, James, go climb Mount Everest. Just go.
Just go there. Don't worry, some of us are going to make it.
Some of us will make it.
A small percentage. You might be among them. Oh God.
So, but he was shot multiple times. He was shot in the leg 4 times. He was shot in the right finger, which they had to amputate. So look for that in the show. I think it's the right finger.
I will.
And see what that's all about. And he actually would have been killed, but he had a metal cigarette case right over his heart.
Yeah.
And a bullet hit that. Right.
Whew. Boy, who says smoking's bad for your health?
There you go. There you go. So yeah, he had a pretty awesome life.
Yeah,
right?
he sure did.
Man, that is, a little too exciting to have, your first combat mission being D-Day. That's a little intense. But yeah, I mean, great actor, and the character of Scotty. When Scotty was left in charge, shit got done.
Oh yeah.
Right? So that's absolutely great. I mean, he was on it. And so as a commander, he was great. I mean, you knew that, when he was in charge and Kirk and Spock, were down on the planet with whatever else, we were sure that the Enterprise was okay.
Oh yeah.
It's always going to be okay.
Yeah, PM's got it. I knew PM would know this. Right middle finger on his right hand, it's on.
Right middle finger on his right hand. Yeah.
So he can't give the. Have to do it with
Was
his left
there
hand.
any time throughout Star Trek that they showed him that middle finger?
Well, they were very, very careful to hide that as much as they possibly could, and they did a darn good job, I would say.
Well, it's not like you need it that much unless you're going to be making obscene gestures to people.
Well, you
really need it.
Yeah, the one finger flew, but you don't have the middle finger.
Yeah, right.
It does add to your grip, right?
Yeah, it does do that, of course.
And you can't bowl.
Oh, well, my God. How could I live? I mean,
throw a baseball, right? Can't throw a baseball.
not with your right hand, but I'm a lefty.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
You could still
Him or Scotty was once labeled the craziest player in the Canadian Air Force in the late spring of '45.
I am not surprised at that. Not at all. No, he had such a great time, and I'm so glad. I like to see that, right? I like everybody.
And fun.
I definitely like to see everybody having a great old time, and I think he definitely did. For sure.
He must have gotten into acting sort of sideways. I'm sure PM knows this. I don't think he's like classically trained or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't know, but he was great.
Oh, super.
Ada,
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say I'm ambidextrous.
Yeah.
You know what that is. You know what that is, right?
Yep.
Yes.
When I
I
was
do,
when
yeah.
I was when I was in grade school, I used to write with both hands.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
a lot of left-handed people, such as moi here, do things with both hands.
But I used to write with both hands.
Yeah, I can write with both.
Now, in the 60s, though, they wanted me to write with my right hand.
Yes, they did.
All right. So what they did was they took that, in California, they used to have these wooden sticks that you'd open the windows with, you'd reach the top windows with, you know what I'm talking about? And they'd tell me to put my hands out on my desk and they'd smack it with that.
Oh dear, I don't want to hear that. I know. Ooh.
So,
anyway, I told them I was gonna write with my left hand no matter what, and they told me I was from the devil and everything. Told me all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm like, okay, then I'll be from the devil then. Turns out left-handed people are actually a little more creative than right-handed people, believe it or not. So we use a different part of our brain overall. So no offense towards any right-handed people, So
I offend all of them. Sophia Loren was left-handed. Albert Einstein was left-handed.
There you go.
There you go.
So how dare we play of Aurier and Dober?
But yeah, I do write with my left hand most of the time.
Okay, he swimmered a plane between two telegraph posts to prove it could be done, earning himself a serious reprimand.
Oh, I'll bet he did, PM. I'll bet he did for that. Woo! Jeez.
Yeah, well, it's
I didn't realize how much of a typecast Mr. Scott was. He wasn't acting, he was just playing himself.
He's just playing himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, he's not an actor. He's just playing himself on screen. That's what he was doing.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, hey, look, we're
let's get out of here.
Oh my God! Look what we've done.
Top of the hour already. So yeah, I absolutely love this. It is really, really fun. To just sit here and chat about whatever, right?
Whatever. You gotta have a night. You gotta have a night like that once in a while.
Yeah.
Loosen the tie a little bit. Loosen your tie up just a little bit.
And what I said right at the beginning was this was going to be sort of an open-minded live stream. And it's like, well, yeah, so we just open the topics up a little bit. No problem.
Good.
But I think I am going to get out of here. So just as a reminder, tomorrow the live stream is canceled.
Oh.
So I'm doing a start party for some friends. I'm actually going to take the little gray scope. I'm gonna.
And another thing before I go, remember I was telling you
that'd be perfect for
remember I was still going to do that ultrasound over the week.
Yes.
They found like a small sludge, but it's nothing too concerning as of yet. So I'm pretty much still good to go.
All right.
Yes. Good.
So, is there anything that can be done about that, or are you sort of stuck with it?
I think as long as I stop taking my cholesterol pills, the cholesterol pills was not only just doing damage to my liver, but it was doing that on my gallbladder.
Oh wow! Okay.
Oh my!
So, well, but if you stop your cholesterol medication, what is that going to cause? Other problems?
Not really.
Can they give you a replacement? They can give you a replacement for it, or?
No, they can't.
Oh boy.
Yeah, well, you have to be real careful what you eat. Once you go off that medication, you have to be very careful what you eat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Don't eat anything with high density fat in it.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. I am going to get out of here. Like I said, tomorrow is canceled, like that. But I'll be back, the next day. So a couple of spins of Little Planet.
Ada can come on here and do a show. She can do a show all by herself.
No. No, I won't
You
do that.
You never know. You never know. Who knows?
No, I'm just
Who
going to
knows?
arrange for different people to maybe be on the show. Like we're having Mrs. Santa at Christmas time.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go.
You know, maybe
There you go.
Zod will drop by for.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
Well, I
think.
think you can be the hostess and let them do their talking. There you go.
Yeah, I could probably do that. Hey, YouTube series called Star Trek Continues. Okay, I'm definitely going to
I
check.
saw that. I saw that one.
Yeah. Is
Okay.
it good? Okay.
I'll have to check that out too. All right, everybody. I'm going to get
All right.
out of here.
Thank you.
For now.
Bye,
Thanks.
everyone.
See you
Bye.
next time.
Thanks for coming in. Please cheers and all that. Hit the thumbs up if you so desire. Spread the word. Spread the word. This is just a fun group. Usually talking astronomical things, but we can talk about pretty much anything. So, all right, everybody. I'm going to get out of here. I will see you in a couple of days. Bye.
All right, later.
Bye-bye.